Hello everybody, this is Bird's Eye Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another reading about what you don't see coming. So a lot of people loved that reading that I did last time about what you don't see coming, well, a few times ago. So I thought I would do it again and get those energies refreshed, whatever. So we have three groups that you're going to choose intuitively. You can go into the description or into the chapters to skip straight to your group if you'd like. But we have three piles. The first pile is with Tranquility, Violet, and the Selenite Stick. For group 2, we have Clarity, Carrots, with the Sparkly Orange Vandinite. Then group 3, we have Transition, Cauliflower, with the Blue Kyanite. So here's the Selenite. Here is the Sparkly Orange Vandinite. And here is the Blue Kyanite. So I'll give you a few seconds to make your final choice, and I will see you at your pile. Alright, if you chose group 1 with the with Tranquility Violet and the Selenite Stick, then this is your reading. So first of all, tranquility and feeling peaceful must be a really powerful influence in your life right now. And that's what's going to be guiding you in the next few months to weeks to months, even up to a year. So what's happening in Group 1's life right now, and that's going to lead up to what they don't expect. So right now you have the Devil. Alright, so you might be dealing with a Capricorn, you might be a Capricorn. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. Interesting. So, yeah, you've had some attachment issues recently that have been making you feel pretty crappy, to be honest. But it's like there is this new possibility for this new venture, for this new love, for this new job, whatever it is. Try to just alright, so yeah. So right now what's happening is you've got a lot on your shoulders. You've got a lot of responsibilities in the future that you know that you're going to have to get done. Just a bunch of shit that you're going to have to get done. But it's somehow refreshing. You know that something about getting all this lifted off your shoulders is going to be so refreshing, but right now it's like you might be even hiding from it. There's definitely, with these two fives, there's definitely some conflict right now. Somebody might be pressuring you to get something done, and it's not going away. The thing is, I think you already know that whatever this responsibility is, it's not going to go away. So you're just trying to manage that right now. What else do we got? We have the Four of Wands. We have Judgment. So you might work in party planning, or you might be planning a wedding. Yeah, you're definitely coming toward this time where finally something is done, finally something is accomplished, or the day has come. That's Judgment Day. The day has come where everything changes, and you know that these changes are coming. Then you have another five. You have so much change in this reading already, just for your present, that, I mean, it's incredible. Okay. So, first of all, the universe does want you to know that you need to start celebrating all of these little things that you're doing to get rid of this 5 energy, because these 5s are kind of difficult cards. You might be feeling left out in the cold. You're very afraid of being left out in the cold if you engage in any conflict. You're like, you don't want to speak up, because if you do, then you're going to fail, or you're going to be rejected, or you're going to be fired, or whatever. But with this ace right in the middle here, that is such beautiful energy. That really tells me that something really good changes are coming that you're not expecting, and they're gonna come on Judgment Day. Like, it's gonna all happen kind of all at once. For some of you, your doorbell may have just rang, your phone just may have rung, and it might be something related to this goal that you're trying to reach, or that other people are trying to push you to reach. Some people you need to sign up to go to university or school or something like that. You need to get that done in time, and if you do that, you're going to be really happy that you did. Some other people, you just have a project that you need to get done. Other people, you have just a relationship issue that you need to approach head on. You can't let it slide anymore. And you might be also trying to get off of an antidepressant, or some anxiety medicine, or some, a little bit harder drugs, whatever it might be. You might be trying to get off of it, and you know that when you do, it's going to make you feel bad, but you're not going to feel as bad as you think, first of all, and you're also not going to feel as bad for as long as you think, if that's what the case is. But you do have some fight in front of you right now. So let's see what's coming that you don't see coming. So for group 1, what do they not see coming, please, Spirit? Alright, you have the 4 of Cups. You have the King of Swords. You have the Hanged Man. You have the 8 of Wands. So what I see is that, first of all, you've been afraid of somebody else telling you that the truth is they don't like you that much, or they don't want you that much, or they don't see the things that you do as being as good as the effort you put into it. But you're going to find out that thinking is a lie with this 7 of Swords. Actually, things are going to be better than you think they are. Right? I feel like this is more of your conscious. This is more how you're going to be thinking. And you're still going to be in this mindset of, oh my God, things are not as good as I want them to be. You're going to be really overthinking. You might be saying things that somebody else might be saying things to you that you don't really like them to say. And you're going to feel like you're going to have to change. You're going to feel forced into changing your perspective. And that's okay. I think that you're really ready to do that. You're really ready to find the truth rather than this lie that you've been living in for a while. But it's going to come to you really quickly. Whatever this attachment that you are trying to get rid of it's going to go by really quick. And it's not going to be as painful as you really think it is. And really your whole perspective of your situation is going to change as soon as you decide that these changes are going to be made. Yeah, we have the Tower. Yeah, things are going to change so drastically for you. And then we have the Sun. Okay, after the storm comes the sun. Okay, so you're gonna see how much your thinking was not accurate. Based, like you've been really dreading something. You've been really thinking something was not right, and you're gonna see how much that isn't true, and that you really are worthy. You really are able to make this happen. Yeah, there's gonna be work to do, but you're gonna be happy to do it. It's like you're gonna finally see the light. You're gonna finally see the way to get done what you want to get done. But it's gonna come after the tower falls. And I know a lot of people don't like the tower. I certainly don't sometimes. But you know what? This tower is changing your perspective for the best, for the better. And that's what you don't see coming, is that this tower is something that you have absolutely no idea what it is. And I can't even tell you what it is either, because it's going to be different for everyone. But it might be, it might be something that isn't pleasant, but it might be something that somebody tells you. It might be like this thing that somebody tells you about yourself that you have never heard anybody say, and you just are like, what? Me? Really? And it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. And you're going to have such a, like, that's how it's going to change your perspective, because you're going to be like, well, this person said it. And because this person said it, I know it's true. So if that's true, then I've been valuing my worth in totally the wrong ways for so long. And you're going to see the way forward, really. La mort, so death. So yeah, it's going to change everything. Death is change. Death is transition. So you're going to start really living a different life. And so, Spirit, what kind of life will Group 1 be living now that once all of these changes take place? Like, what's this life going to lead to? And of course, it's not going to be perfect all the time, any time of our lives, right? But whatever comes up, it's going to be better than what's been happening. But you definitely are going to have to start seeing the blessings that you have, and really mentally taking note of them with this King of Swords. The universe is really wanting you to do that, because it's going to help you through this transitionary phase. Wow, we have the Lovers. So for many of you, you're going to find a literal lover. You're going to find a new job. You're going to find, or maybe this is somebody you're already with. This is a company you're already with. You're going to sign a new contract. You're going to get into a new relationship. You are going to find new connectivity. This connectivity is going to come directly from this tower. Somebody's going to reach their hand and help you up, and you're going to really see the good in people finally. Don't try to make the sun go down before it's time, okay? The sun needs to stay up, even if it makes you uncomfortable sometimes to have somebody see you in such a positive light, which they will. That it is. Don't try to bring the sun down. Allow that sun to stay up. Allow them to say something good about you. Allow them to admire you, because there are things worth admiring, whether you believe that or not. You have the Wheel of Fortune, meaning, again, this is just so much change on the board right now. So much. I mean, like, and it's a lot of things. Again, the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower are things you do not see coming. Exactly the subject of this reading. So, I mean, there's so many things. This is going to be a change in how you think. This is going to be a change in how you love. This might be a change in how you see yourself and love yourself. And with the sun underneath the Wheel of Fortune, when the wheel turns, things change. And with the sun there, it's changing in a warm, bright, beautiful way that is going to change your perspective with the Hanged Man in such a beautiful way. Like, and you really have no idea what's coming towards you. Absolutely none. Because you're here in this Four of Cups energy, thinking of yourself in this way that's just so inaccurate. And what's coming is going to surprise you. It really is. What else is going to come out of this sudden change, please, Spirit, for group number 1? Okay, we have the Ten of Wands. and the Eight of Wands. So we have another two Eight of Wands. Whatever is coming in swiftly. There's going to be some travel for a lot of you, or it's going to be, or maybe even this person has to travel to see you, and they're going to actually do it, and that's something that's going to make you be like, whoa, they came all this way to see me, really? Or somebody's gonna there's gonna make a big effort for you, and that effort is gonna be so like, wow, you really have no idea what a gift you are to somebody else or to some company. Anything else about this? Please, any other details, Spirit, about this situation for group 1? We have the Ten of Wands again. So there's going to be things resting on your shoulder that are not going to be particularly fun. That's not going to change. But the way you handle them is definitely going to change. And you're not going to feel like you need to carry everything on your shoulder all the time. You're not going to have to keep these secrets anymore. You're not going to have to hold in what you're thinking. You can bounce something off of somebody without feeling embarrassed. You can share your insecurities with somebody without feeling like that's going to end things with them or that they're going to judge you. You're really, I mean, you have a whole new life coming up. And I really do see travel for a lot of you. You're really, either you're going to travel or somebody else is traveling to you, or both. But you're going to get out of your house more. You're going to be able to explore more. Explore life, whether that be metaphorically or physically or both. I think it's both. And you're going to be able to see new places. I feel like I'm looking at like a totally new city here. And you're not going to be left alone. You're not going to be left alone. Alright, so let's get an advice card. Or let's get a few of these cards first. Any other details, Spirit, for group number 1? Tranquility. Wasn't that your card, Tranquility? I can't make it up. Clairvoyance. Use your intuition. Trahison, treason, betrayal. You might have some people who are betraying you in the future, but you are not going to let that stop you. That is one thing. There's something you already know somebody's not going to do you right, so you just let it go before that happens, and you'll be fine. Like, you're already very protected, so I think you're going to be fine regardless, but this is just saying, like, don't expect everybody to have your best interests at heart, and when you feel like somebody doesn't, let them go. Like, just let them go. Because there's somebody else much better that is going to help you out anyway. Alright, so let's get one card for advice. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 1, please? blessed. You have so many blessings coming towards you. Please recognize it. There are some things that are not for you, and that's okay. When you recognize something as not for you, let it go. Or, don't push it away necessarily. That's for some of you. Don't push it away. Because sometimes you think that something is not for you and it really is. But use your intuition and don't cling tightly to anything that you aren't sure if it's for you or not. But also, don't push it away if you're not sure yet. Higher power. Yeah, you need to really connect to spirit. You really need to meditate, do yoga, do things like that. I mean, meditation is really the best and number one way that you're going to connect to a higher power. And if you can do that, you're going to really feel more supported. And that's really the thing, is that you need some support around you, and and when you feel that, you're going to it's going to change how you see things. And you're going to see how maybe even this blessing is coming together for you. Truth be told. So the truth is, chaos and conflict, the conflict that you're dealing with right now is fated. So don't let it bother you, because this is part of your growth, this is part of your cycle, this is part of your lesson, okay? Alright, so group 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me grow as a channel. Also, don't forget to comment down below and all that good stuff. If you want a personal reading, you can see in my description there's a link to my Instagram. You can message me there, or you can go to my website and fill in the contact form. And if any of that changes, I'll put it in the description, okay? So thank you, group 1, and in a moment we will have group 2. Alright, group 2, if you chose Clarity with Carrot, which is card number 1, by the way, so 111 might be an important number for you, with the sparkly orange Vandanite, then this is your reading. So first, group 1, we're going to see what's happening in the present, which is going to lead to this unknown factor in the future, okay? So Spirit, for group 2, what is happening in the present that is leading to the unexpected in the future? What is happening in the present for group 2 that's leading to the unknown, what they don't see in the future? Alright, so you have, wow, the King of Swords. So you might relate to some of the things from group 1, because they had the King of Swords pretty prominently. So a lot of what's happening right now is happening in your head. There's a lot of, I hear tumultuousness. Gosh, I don't even know if that's a word. There's a lot of tumult, maybe, happening in your head. However, it's almost like right now you're thinking of something and you're very comfortable with it. You're very comfortable with how things are, whether that's comfortable in a good way or comfortable in a not changing way. I guess we will see. But still, right now you're kind of taken care of, and so we'll see what that entails for the future. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Hierophant. So there's just a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of change in your life right now about the things that are around you and about your thoughts. It's like your thoughts and your physical world have been changing a lot lately. And you're going in the direction of something traditional. Maybe you're getting a traditional job. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're getting engaged. But things are going back to how they should be almost. And that's the direction you've been working on things going. With the Seven of Pentacles, again, we have there, things, you want things to be going in a traditional manner. You want things to be going just so. You're very exact about the details of how you want things to be. And that's what's been happening lately, is you've just been really working on that, and I think you've found some success in that, to be honest. I think that you've had examples of how you've been successful lately. We have the Five of Wands. I think your ambition has brought you some conflict. You have the Six of Wands, but I think that your ambition has also, interesting, 5-6. Your ambition hasn't just brought you conflict, though. It's also brought you a lot of success, at least some success. But the thing is, it's also brought you people who don't want you to succeed. And you know that there are some people who are jealous of you, and they don't want you to succeed necessarily. Even if they say that they support you, you just kind of have this feeling like some of the things they say, they don't really support you that much. Or maybe you just have a really good idea, and the people you've shared it with have just kind of acted like, well, you're never going to accomplish that. I don't think you can do that. But you're very sure of yourself with this Queen of Wands here. And you know that what you're doing is going to be successful. So your attitude here is great. I mean, it can't get much better than this. I think you do have this defensiveness to you that is, okay. But you also have this internal fear about, like, well, what if? And your what ifs do at night especially kind of get to you. And you almost feel like you don't know who it is that is not supportive of you, but you almost feel like that if they don't support you, and you don't know it, then maybe that could bite you in the ass later, and you could destroy all this good work that you've done, and you won't be able to get to this place in your life where you've got the picket fence and the husband or the wife and the da 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 da, or the good job, or the speaker or whatever. Some of you really want to be something very traditional, a speaker, like a preacher, a religious leader, a teacher, even a police officer. For some of you, it could definitely be that. You might be training to be a police officer or to be in the military. You might be working for the government or wanting to work for the government. But you don't know what's happening in the future with that because of political things. If you're thinking about working in the government, the political things are kind of getting to your head, and you're just not sure what's going to happen with that, and you're wondering. But your confidence is so great. I mean, even if you don't always feel confident, there's a certain confidence to you that is unbreakable. You might be a Leo, you might be a Sagittarius, or whatever the other fire sign is. I can't ever remember it. Okay, so that's what's going on in the present. Let's see what you don't see coming in the future. So, Spirit, for group 2, please tell me what is happening that they don't see coming. Oops, my cards just went everywhere. For group 2, what's happening that they don't see coming, please, Spirit? sometimes, I don't know if any of you are readers, but sometimes for me, when I'm shuffling, I can't find the right one, and I have to keep shuffling until I find it. Find the right, like, I don't know, the right mix of cards or something. Alright, here we go. We have the Artist. So if you also, and this is another reason, if you're familiar with tarot, then you know that this is not a card from the original tarot. This would, in the major arcana, usually end with the World, but this comes after the World, and this is the Artist, and this is kind of, some people say it's like a little less mature version of the Emperor, but it's a masculine energy for sure, and it is creativity. It is intellectualism also, as well as, like, it's kind of a mix of that, I feel like. And also, I feel like it's a really deep, but it's a deep connection to Mother Nature. Like, it's like where the masculine is very, very respectful of the feminine and very, like, aware of the feminine's power and works with her very well. So you have a lot of creativity. You're going to be using a lot of creativity in your future, and I don't know if you realize that. You kind of feel like maybe right now your creativity is limited, and in the future that you're going to be able to expand upon that creativity and actually tap into it. I think that maybe you feel a little bit blocked right now because you're going on this very traditional path, this very straight and narrow path, and you don't realize that you could still use your creativity and unlock it in a way, and it would make your life feel, I mean, there's just this, I'm just feeling this openness that you have never felt before, right? And because the Eight of Swords is kind of the opposite. By the way, this is the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry if you don't know French, then you can count it if I don't say it. But I'm kind of channeling, so I might not always say it. Anyway, we have the Four of Cups. So you're going to start realizing, again, this is like Pile 1, you're going to start realizing that about the blessings that you have. But in a different way, you're going to start realizing the blessings that you have because you've been taking advantage of certain blessings, but you have so many others that you just haven't tapped into. It could be external blessings or it could be gifts. For a lot of you, these are talents. These are gifts. This is an ability to create that you had no idea that you were capable of. We have the Hermit. I love this card and the Moon card in this deck because that blue is just, it's such an, I don't know what it is, honestly, it makes me go very deep. So something is ending here with this, what is the word, with this reference to the Death card with the skull there. Something is ending, but the way that you like work with yourself is ending. The way that you limit yourself is ending. You are getting rid of these limitations that have held you back for so long. You're not just stopping with the one or two skills that you know that you're good at. You're going to start opening up, and you're going to start seeing that these other skills, even if they're not developed yet, are worth developing. And you're going to start using those once you start developing them pretty much immediately. Like, you're going to realize that even some of them you just have an innate skill for, and that doesn't mean that if you don't have an innate talent for it, that you don't have some skill for it. Otherwise, sometimes we still have to practice something a lot before we see that we are really talented at it. It's not just like, for singing, for example, like, you know, there are people who don't know how to sing. When they open their mouth and try to sing, it sounds terrible. But then when they get singing lessons, they sing better than a lot of people who are natural singers. So, and they make really beautiful, creative music, and so that's this kind of feeling that I'm getting, is that your creativity is opening so much, and you're not going to be boxed into this Hierophant sort of energy anymore, and you're really tapping into the abilities of spirit with this Four of Pentacles and this purple here. It's beautiful. I just got this deck, but yeah. You've been holding back with that four of Pentacles, and that's ending. And that's what you don't see coming, because I don't know if you have really discovered your willingness to do that yet. I have to say, for some of you, there might be a relationship. It could be related to what we were just talking about. It could be completely separate. There might be a relationship that is coming to an end. You're asked to really find these wonderful parts about yourself that you're ignoring at the moment, so that when there is a relationship that you care about that comes to an end, so that you don't feel so alone and dejected, that you feel like you do have purpose and value even without a relationship. And this is not for everybody, but for some of you, you really need to this stuff I was just talking about is really going to help you, because not everybody is going to stay. I mean, nobody's going to stay. At the end of the day, everything and everyone is temporary, and that is a fact of life. And so in order to just, it's not necessarily to avoid feeling sad about somebody leaving altogether, but you just want to lighten that load a little bit by finding the value within yourself beyond just the typical things that you think are valuable. Because once you do, when you find even more value in yourself, when people or things or whatever leave you, you will not feel so left out in the cold anymore. What else for group 2, please? I think that for some of you, you're going to have a child. And maybe you're not trying to have a child, but, if you don't want to have a child, then start using protection, or, you might want to check the effectiveness of the protection that you use. That's more of a straight people thing. No, just kidding. It's definitely for everybody. But anyway, yeah, do that. You really need to release this concept of yourself, because when you do, you're going to release. I mean, again, you're releasing something. You're releasing it in a way that it brings a lot of things towards you. This 10 of Pentacles that you have been dying to get to. This place of comfort, of abundance that you've been dying and hoping and dreaming of getting to. You are getting there, and all it takes is a release. Letting go of the past ideas that you've had of yourself. They're not. It is not the same. I love this wisteria because it reminds me of home. In South Carolina, wisteria grows. I think it might be a weed, but it is. It smells good and it's beautiful. And it really does remind you of Spirit, doesn't it? With these purple, lots of purple. Spirit is sending you a personal message. If you are watching this, Spirit is saying. They are saying that you are ready. You are ready for this abundance. That you are ready to let go of the limitations that you have placed on yourself. You are ready to find the value in yourself and be this artist, and know that you have the ability to create all the abundance that you want. And I know it depends on your situation, but then we have the 7 of Pentacles again. Y'all, your physical situation, whether you are cool with it or not right now, is going to improve so much. But you just some of you are asked to save some money. Some of you are asked to watch your investments, because some investments might be changing, some investments might be going down. I would just check the risk of your investments. But don't be afraid to take risks, but also don't be too risky. But as far as your physical stuff goes, for your creative side, for your skills, talents, hobbies, things like that, take risks. That don't take risk thing is only for certain very monetary money things. But you need to use your intuition. But I think this is just saying, I want to go here again. This is just saying use your intuition when taking risks with money, because some things are going to really turn out great, but some things might not. So you just need to be careful, but also don't be too afraid of it. All right, so let's see how much time we got. Okay, we just got like a minute or two. So, okay, let's get just some extra details. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Any other details for group 2, please, Spirit? You have the Knave of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. You have the Nine of Cups. Right. So when you feel like it's really hard and you feel like you're struggling, keep going. You're going to feel at first sometimes like you're really, really struggling, like you don't have any idea what you're doing. And when you feel that way, that is the universe telling you, keep going. Stand your ground here, because if you do, this is the wish card. You're going to get your wish. You will get your wish. But you must stand your ground. You cannot let other people or your ego or your lack of confidence or whatever it is to get in the way of this, because you will be blocking your blessings. You don't want to do that. You've got so many blessings coming to you. You've got your deepest wish coming to you. If you can let go, if you can just go with the flow, you are going to get your wish. Okay, finally some advice for group 2, please, Spirit. I cannot, I don't know how other tarot readers keep it so neat. Here and now. So, learning to live more in the present. I think you think way too much about the past and the future and what could happen, what ifs, and what could be's. So you need to meditate. You need to practice mindfulness. This is super important for you, especially because this, and I think for some of you, you already know this, something could have happened today where you were thinking, you were in your head and something happened that you didn't want to happen because you were not paying attention because you were thinking. You need to figure out how to reduce the thoughts, not push them away, because that's not going to help. Really follow the words of meditation teachers and try to kind of slowly but surely, nothing immediate, reduce those thoughts and find this serendipity, find what it is that I'm talking about. It's gonna be so loud to you when you understand exactly what you've heard in this reading, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's coming soon. It is coming for soon, very soon. So don't give up. Stand your ground. Seriously, I got one more card that flew out. Truth be told what? I always feel like I need another card with this card. Peace. Peace is coming to you. It's not always going to be peaceful. That's another thing. It's not always going to be peaceful, but it is going to be peaceful in the end for you. And you are going to be so, oh my god, I'm just getting so much happiness from the future for you that you have no idea is coming. And I wasn't even doing blessings. I was going to do positive, negative, whatever. And this was super positive for you. So congratulations on that, group 2. Alright, group 2. Well, thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me how it resonates. Hit the like button. If you don't like it, then you can just move on. There's always one person who dislikes it, and I think it's hilarious. If you want a reading from me, go down in the description below. You can see my Instagram, or you can go straight to my website and fill out the contact form. Or if the process has changed by the time you've seen this reading, then just follow the instructions in the description box. My love. Alright, so thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye bye, group 2. Alright, group 2, if you've chose the blue kyanite with the transition card cauliflower, then this reading is for you. Welcome. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to read about, first of all, your present, and seeing what it is in your present that's leading to this thing in the future that you are not seeing, that you're not predicting, that you can't see coming. Okay? So right now a song just came on, and I don't know his name. Slow dancing. So you might like dancing. You might really need to be taking things slow in something coming up right now. Okay, what's happening in group 2's present that's leading to what they don't see coming in the future, please, Spirit? Six of Pentacles. You're giving a lot of yourself. Hierophant, okay. So you might have watched group 2, or you might resonate with some of the things in group 2. Your emotions and your passion are really coming together for some interesting reason right now. The world, wow. A lot of people might be seeing you, or you might have recently succeeded at something. You might have gotten married. You might have gotten your degree. You might have started school recently. And I think that maybe you were given something, and now you feel like you owe somebody the world also, or you really feel like you need to do something for this person who has helped you so much. And maybe you do, but I think you first of all, I'm hearing Spirit say drop your need to create equilibrium. The equilibrium will come regardless, okay? And as long as as long as your intentions are pure, you're not doing anything wrong, okay? Alright, Ace of Swords. Jeez, guys. This is some powerful stuff. Three of Wands. Alright, so you have the World with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Wands, y'all. Some of y'all are really traveling, like, far away. Y'all have been trying to travel far away for a long time, and you're about to. Or you finally are able to. You might have just gone on a vacation somewhere. You might have just gone to the UK or something and you're from America. Or you might be going even farther. You might be going on a boat trip. That's what I just heard. But for others of you, you've just succeeded in something in your life, and you might have been rewarding yourself because you've spent a lot of times doing things how you should do them, and now you've kind of loosened up and you let free, like this girl took her shirt off. So you might have let loose, and I think something really clicked. You really clicked into this idea that you have your whole life in front of you. And you're really not sure. I think that's the issue here, is that you're not sure where to go from here. You have so many paths. You have so many places that what things you could do. But you have really no idea, like, what to do next, right? One day I'm going to figure out how to keep the cards on the table. And in a neat little line. The Queen of Wands. Somebody might have been a little bit harsh with you recently. Yeah. Somebody might have told you that you need to save your money recently, or you might have been telling yourself this, and somebody might be being a little too harsh with you. While what they're saying might be out of care, they might not actually, like, what they're saying might be too harsh for the situation, in fact. Regardless, there is this idea that there should be some kind of saving, whether that be saving of money or reining in your emotions, reining in what you give to somebody else. You need to think things through a little bit more, because you think you found something in your life that is giving you a lot of happiness, or that could potentially give you happiness, and you don't want to give too much of yourself to this yet. And I think that you already know that, though. The High Priestess. You haven't been necessarily following your intuition lately, or maybe you've been getting a lot of what you feel like are intuitive hits, but you're just not sure because there's a lot of thoughts going on in the background because of your emotions, or your mind is racing. I think your mind is racing. You really need meditation. This has been for every group. Y'all all need some meditation. You might want to try Yoga with Adrienne's website if you sign up, which, it's costs money, so if you can't do that, that's cool. But she has a chakra series, and doing that each day for 7 days would really be helpful for you. It would help align your chakras and help align your energy and all that stuff. And I think you do. You have an issue with an open heart. You're not very open-hearted for some people, or you're scared to open your heart because you had a lot of painful experiences in your past related to your heart. And yeah, there we go with the value on the Page of Cups. You really are ready to present yourself to somebody or to the world or to a company, but you are so afraid that you're going to give too much or too little, or you're not going to be good enough, or you're going to be too good, or you're going to, you're afraid that people are judging you for being an extreme, when all you have to do is really be yourself, whether that is extreme sometimes or not. That is what you must be. Okay, and I think that's where the High Priestess is coming in, is that you really need to use your intuition to find out what it is that is truly you and what it is that you've put as a mask for yourself, because we all do that. We all have a mask, and sometimes the mask is necessary, no doubt about it. And I think that somebody saying be authentically you all the time is bullshit, to be honest with you. I think that's completely bad advice, and it's not practical in our day. However, you should always, you still mostly do need to be going through your authentic self. Maybe not in every social situation, because sometimes if we're our full self, people will judge us, and it's not appropriate, right? But then when it's appropriate, do it. Always show your full self, because you're dying to do so. You are dying to do so, and that's where what's coming in. So that's what we've had. You have the world at your fingertips. Let's be honest. And you could be doing this through public speaking. Again, you could be doing this through your passion. You're doing this through a very traditional route somehow. Okay, so let's see what's coming in that you don't expect. You might like the song Crown by Stormzy. You might be feeling like if you are successful, then you're going to have a really large load to carry, because heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? You might be trying to make social change for some of you. And if you continue to try, you will do that. You really will. Don't think that just because something is pro something you are, it does not mean that it's anti something else, right? And I don't want to get too deep into that, but I think if you know, right? Being pro-gay, for example, I'll use myself, is not anti-straight. And that is something that you might need to just think about. That's only for some of you. So for what's coming in your future, wow. Something is changing in your friend group. I think your friend group has been talking. You're going to find out your friend group has been talking about something. Let's see, what else? or you're going to be talking to your friend group, or a new friend group might be coming in after you make a speech, or a new company is coming in after you make a speech, or you might be writing something. You have the Emperor. So you might be having a meeting with your boss, for others of you, that you weren't expecting to have, the Chariot. And it's going to come unwelcomed. It's for a lot of you, whatever this conversation, whether it be with friends, somehow it's got to do with authority, though. Maybe there's somebody if this is about a friend group, there's somebody in your friend group that's kind of the leader a little bit, and who is kind of causing a ruckus and bringing this unwelcome change. Oh gosh, okay. So whenever we feel like we're on top of the world, sometimes that can come crashing down on us when we feel the normal way of life coming in, because that is the Emperor as well. That is the physical, true, cold reality of the situation, is that, reality is reality, and it's not always roses and butterflies. And I think sometimes this hits you a little too hard, and that's what is coming, because there's going to be this issue with the friend group. There might be some negative talk, not necessarily about you, but could be, and that doesn't mean that what they're saying is true, but it just means that that's what the case, we have 5 of Swords, so that's a conflict of words. There's going to be an argument for sure, and it could involve a boyfriend, if that's, if you have a boyfriend, or it could involve a man in some way, or a masculine energy. Definitely a masculine energy. Let's see, and somebody could be jealous of you. Yeah, somebody really knows that you are going down a blessed path, right? And they don't necessarily want this for you. You have Judgment, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. This is not for everybody, because I also see a whole nother story in here. But let me just finish that story and I'll get to a different one. So this person doesn't necessarily have the best interest at heart for you. Right? They might be seeing something very coldly, very scientifically, but they're not using their heart at all. At all. And they're making a lot of judgments about you and causing other people to make judgments about you, maybe in your family. It could definitely be in your family too. And they're telling you to go and do something completely different when you know what you are trying to do. And you know what? They could be right that you should do something different, but I think the way that they're doing this is wrong. And it really might hurt you. So your Spirit is just asking you to prepare for that. Don't let it hurt you. I mean, as much as you can. You can't really help it completely, but you try to prepare for that. Yeah. What else is coming for Group 3, please? If I said Group 2 throughout this, I am so sorry. Oh, I meant to tell... Okay, for the other story, for Group 3... You might have met some people who had a lot of conflict between themselves. This is a new group of friends. And you might have said something to them that changed their dynamic, because you're so intuitive that you made a change in their dynamic just through your presence alone. And they see you kind of in a very high... They're going to see you in a very high capacity, because they're going to see you as very wise and intelligent, and they might even follow you in a way that you'd never expected. There might even be this sort of new following that you have when you express yourself in a very matter-of-fact way. And in a way that might cause some people... You're going to be like, oh my god, people might hate me for saying this. But no, they're not going to hate you for saying this necessarily if this is what resonates with you. They are really going to respect you for this. But even though there's going to be some people who make a judgment about you, but that's not going to be everyone, and that's not going to be the main energy. There's some, there is this idea that there's going to be some loss here. There's going to be some really difficult times ahead, but it's not going to last long. Okay, you are very stable. You're going to be very stable and secure in your security, and any issues that you have, they're going to dissipate. This is definitely a call for some of you, if this resonates, to do some chiropractic work, to get some chiropractic work done, or some acupuncture. Okay, that's just for some of you. For others of you, if you ever were doing intravenous drugs, get an STD check. Get tested for any illnesses that might have occurred because of that, so you can get treated. Okay, what else is group 3? Is group 3 not seeing coming? Knight of Cups, reverse, I guess. The Magician, you have everything you need to prevent this. Judgment, my God. Judgment Day is coming, a day where everything is changing. A day where you finally make a decision to change, or to make a change, or to allow change to come. Something that you've been preventing emotionally from changing. You had the tools to do it, or you're going to have the tools finally to do it. You're going to feel like you finally have the tools to move on with your life, and you're going to do it. But there is going to be this resistance left, and because you know that it's going to be painful sometimes to make this transition. Okay, so you just really need to know that while there will be pain, you're not wrong. It's going to be worth making this transition. You cannot prevent it from happening forever. Yeah, because it's going to bring in so many blessings with this Ace of Wands. You're going to be able... I feel like for some of you, you really don't feel comfortable alone. You really don't feel comfortable with yourself. And you're finally going to be able to be calm in your skin. And you're going to be able to use your intuition in a very calm way. It's not going to be like overwhelming you with other people around or whatever. You're just going to get the messages, and you're going to react appropriately. And you're not going to need all this extra drama around it. Okay, because I feel like there's a lot of social situations that sometimes your intuition is overwhelming, and then your ego gets in the way. Okay. So, spirits, where are my cards? Please give us some advice for group number 3, please. Time for a nap. So you need to make sure you're getting enough rest. Give something a rest. If you're doing something too much, then give it a rest. Orphaned, Treasure Island. Okay. You're afraid that if you give something a rest, you're going to be abandoned. But you're going to be pleasantly surprised by that. You're not going to be abandoned. And I think I did this for group 1, but I didn't for group 2, so don't tell group 2. But any other details, Spirit, that you want to give us with these cards, please? Carrefour. It's like a mix between Spanish and French. It's like a 4-way stop. A crossroads, truly. Possibility, selection, destiny, action, choice, decision. Temps, time. Travail, work. So you're going to have a big decision to make about your work. And I don't know if you're going to have a lot of time to make it. And that might be what this Ten of Swords energy is that you're going to have to make a big decision about your work rather quickly. And something about the law or the rules at work are going to be involved. But you're gonna see yourself in a very raw way when this happens. It's going to be very... it's going to be very abrupt for you. Very... it might not be completely pleasant, but I think it's going to force you to make a decision that you're going to be happy to have to make eventually, jealousy. That because there's people around you that are not out for your best interests. Once again, with this Three of Cups up there, I just feel like it's going to be it's going to take some difficulty to actually pull away from these unhealthy attachments that you have, and it's going to be painful to pull it away, but it's going to be painful to cut those ties. But once they're cut, you're going to be feeling much, much better. Okay. Okay, so we have chop wood. We have loyal heart. So you're gonna have work to do. I mean, that's all that is coming up now. You just need to make sure you do the work. But Spirit is saying that it believes in you, that it thinks you can do the work because you've done it before. Okay. So, Group 3, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you comment down below. Let me know how this resonated. And get a reading with me, please, if you would like. I think it would really help you. Just go down below and see my Instagram or my website and fill out the form, or you can just follow any directions if that's changed since the time of this reading. And you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.